I am committed to stop drugs before I go out. Which means to say, Father, Monsignor, Bishop, which means to say, marami pang patayan to. Kasi lumalaban talaga yan.
Lalaban talaga mga yan. Kasi yung mga yan, hindi yan papayag, yung mga yan. Yung mga pushers, yung iba sa kanila lalaban, yung iba susuko. Yung mga handlers nila, papatayin sila dahil baka sila ikakanta. So ito po, napakalinaw. Sinabi rin ito ni Solicitor General na ito po ay isang policy ng government.
We are saying that the war on drugs does not even fall under any of those four categories. We do not consider the war on drugs as a crime against humanity because it's a legitimate law enforcement operation. It's called war on drugs. It's not a war on drug users or a war on drug pushers. No, it's a war against the crime itself. We're trying to address that situation. In the course of that campaign, however, many people died. That operation called war on drugs does not fit the concept of a crime against humanity. Okay, so we're disputing that.
In fact, kung nabubuhay lang or kung buhay lang si former Prime Minister Lee Kuan Yew, ito ang kanyang sasabihin. So, supportan pa niya si Tatay Digong. Tingnan niyo anong kayang sasabihin niya dito sa war on drugs nito.
We also have one of the highest rates of capital punishment.
Yes, that's for drugs.
That's for drugs.
Yeah,
because you think drugs deserve to be treated with the maximum punishment.
If we could kill them 100 times, we would. Because you destroy whole families. It's terrifying to see. Because you're then drug dependent. You steal, you cheat, you rob your own parents. It's soul destroying. And they come in knowing that death, if they are found with this goods on them, but the rewards are so great. And they try very, very unusual people. Women from Africa, big mammies come to sell clothes, and in between the clothes, kilos of heroin.
And if you bring heroin into Singapore,
you hang.
You hang.
You hang. Anything beyond 10 grams, you hang. Below 10 grams, maybe you
if
can
you
say,
are convicted of bringing in more than 10 grams of heroin,
you hang.
You hang.
That's right.
After a jury trial.
Yes, of course. No jury trial. Judge.
Judge.
Yeah.
Judge listens to the evidence presented.
Yes, of course.
And if he says you're guilty, you hang.
You hang. And they still come. Unbelievable.
Well, do you believe capital punishment is a deterrence or not?
Without capital punishment, our transshipment rate as a drug center would quadruple or quintuple.
Because you're right on the passage.
Yes, and our internal consumption would go up by a multiple of 10.
Napakalinaw. Coming from Lee Kuan Yew. It's a government policy. Come in to Singapore, may 10 grams mahigit ka, you hang. Alam nyo kasi ang history ng Singapore na ito, no? Sila po ay itinapon ng Malaysia. Kasi itong si Lee Kuan Yew, gusto niya na mag-merge sila ng Singapore ng Malaysia. At nag-merge na nga sila. But eventually, itinapon ng Malaysia. Ayaw namin sa inyo. Humiwalay kayo sa amin. Napaiyak ngayon si Lee Kuan Yew nung paghihiwalay nila ng kasi talagang yun yung gusto niya talaga, mag-merge. Pero nakita ninyo kung paano isang populist din ito si Lee Kuan Yew, parang si Tatay Digong din. Na para sa masa, ang iisip ang para sa lahat, kumbaga. So nakita ninyo, drug war niya, yung ginawa niya sa ekonomiya ng Singapore. Kasi kung hindi niya gagawin itong mga polisiya niya, hindi magiging developed country ang Singapore kagaya ng nakikita natin ngayon. And ang Pilipinas is on the way sana sa ganong era, kumbaga. Papunta na sana tayo doon, pero kulang kasi yung 6 years. Ngayon, we hoped na talagang sana ang Marcos Jr. na ito ay pagpapatuloy sana, pero baliktad. Instead na papunta tayo doon sa ala Singapore, pabalik na tayo sa kung ano yung dati. Mas masaklap pa kaysa sa tatay. O ano pa yung sabi ni Lee Kuan Yew? O ito.
They may believe that if you are kind to drug traffickers, you get a better society. In America, they are changing their minds and they're sending people back to death row. In Singapore, before you land, the air hostess or the steward will announce that there are very heavy penalties if you are found with more than a stated number of grams of certain prohibited drugs. And if you still come in with a few kilos of them, which will destroy hundreds, thousands of families, one death is too kind, because you are killing that family every day for years and years and years, that a daughter or a son is an addict.
But the per capita rate of
Di ba ganyan yung mindset ni Tatay Digong? And in fact, baka nga dito ginaya ni Tatay Digong yung ganitong polisiya. Ang droga, sisira yan sa pamilya. So it would cripple the family. At pag nasira yung pamilya, masisira din ang buong bansa. Kasi you would imagine, di ba, found out na mahigit 4 million ang mga drug addicts na pala nung nalaman ni Tatay Digong. Di ba, grabe yun na it would destroy the whole country.
I am executing foreign drug traffickers. Let me tell you, the people who have been executed. Nigerians, because Nigerians are the most unlikely of drug traffickers in this Asian society. Dutch women traveling with African men. Dutchmen traveling with Chinese women. How do you calculate per capita? Per capita of Dutchmen entering Singapore, or per capita of Singaporeans as against Dutchmen? What's Amnesty talking about? Do they know what's happening? Do they ask themselves, what would happen if we send them all to prison for 5, 10 years, and we'll have to make more prisons because there'll be such an endless stream of them. And this is, despite the death penalty, the rewards are so enormous that people are willing to risk it. And why not?
Would you say that over the 31 years as you were Prime Minister that you were a ruthless man?
Do I
Ruthless
look
na.
to you a ruthless man? Here I am being pilloried,
Grabe, no? Kasi ang gusto kasi nila, babyhin natin yung mga addict. Yung mga murderers, because sila ay addict, yung mga rapist, babyhin natin sila. Yung mga walang gahaman, mga halang ang bituka ng mga yan. Gagawin nila at gagawin nila whether you like it or not. Pag ikaw ay na-champion nila dahil sila ay bangag, tapos yung mga leaders na nag-i-impose ng ganyang polisiya, sila pa daw yung ruthless.
excoriated, abused by you.
Really ask questions, I thought.
Ito yung problema. Ito, no. Inire-report ng human rights ganito. Ang human rights, iniisip lagi yung buhay daw ng mga adik. Yung buhay nila, pero hindi nila iniisip yung buhay na sinira ng mga adik na yun. Gaya ng sabi nito,
let's say that's another 20,000-30,000 lives saved from drugs. That's a lot of lives saved.
Mas madaming naisalbang buhay dahil sa drug war na ganitong polisiya.
You don't read about all this in the social media, do you?
Totoo. Hindi yan ipinalalabas. Yung mga nagte-testimonial na ako po, nabago po ang buhay ko dahil sa drug war ni Duterte. Dati po akong addict. Dati po akong nakulong. Dati po akong ganito. Pero dahil binigyan ako ng pagkakataon ng isang pulisiya ng drug war ng isang Duterte, ako ngayon na isang OFW. Ako ngayon ay isang may marangal na business. Ako ngayon ay malusog. Mga ganon. Hindi yan nire-report ng mga media. Ang nire-report nila, the brutal and ruthless drug war of Duterte.
Nor do the activists tell you about any of these things.
Hindi nila sabihin yan.
They put up the photograph of one person who is on death row and say, look at this cruel state that is going to kill this person. State-sponsored murder. They don't tell you about 20,000, 30,000 lives we have saved.
Yeah. They don't tell you 20,000, 30,000 lives na saved. Dahil yung magpupuslit ng droga, papasok ng bansa mo, maninirat ng mga 10,000, 5,000, 30,000 na buhay.
From drugs, and certainly 30,000 lives we have saved. From drugs, and certainly far more lives than the people who are on the death row.
Diba? Yan yung realidad eh. Yung masaklap na, yung totoong leader, strong leader, populist leader, na talagang mararamdaman mo ang isang malaking epektong, magandang epekto sa bansa natin because of that drug war na yan. Siya ngayon ang nandun sa kulungan. Tapos itong mga durugista, sila yung nasa labas, tuwang-tuwa sila. Masaya sila ngayon kasi yung kanilang kalakaran nung panahon ni Duterte na wala na, wipe out, nagsibalikan na sila ngayon. Yan, mga oligarko, yung basta yung mga yan, mga nawalan ng mga ng kanilang mga business interest nung panahon ni Tatay Digong. And even yung not to mention yung mga, ayan, yung tax evaders. Kaya masaya sila ngayon. Kaya pinagtutulungan si Duterte ngayon. Maswerte nga itong si Lee Kuan Yew eh. Kasi hindi sila never silang sumali sa ICC. Actually, nagtaka nga ako, Pilipinas lang ata sa Southeast Asia ang sumali sa ICC. Hindi sumali kasi yung Singapore sa ICC. Kaya hindi pasok dito yung sinasabi nila na hindi kasi member pa yung Pilipinas during the time na mayor si Duterte hanggang 2019, blah, blah, blah. Dami nilang mga technicals. Pero hindi naman nila sinusunod yung nag-withdraw tayo noong 2019 and effective noong 2018 and effective noong 2019. Hindi na pasok yung investigation dapat. Pero andun pa rin, pasok pa rin. What I'm trying to tell is, kung sino pa ang umayos ng bansang Pilipinas, yun pa ang kanilang ipinapakulong. Kawawa.